Cable. Cable doesn't want to listen to me. Come on, Cable. There we go. We don't need monitors today. What's going on, guys? My name is Chris. I am your dad next door, and today we are very, very fortunate once again to be back here with another microphone review. I know it's been a few days, few weeks, maybe even a month since we've had one of these released, but you know, it's been an opportunity for me to redefine what I wanted to do with this craft, with this content in this video, and really decide on where we're going with the direction of this channel. First of all, I would like to announce that today's video sponsor, yes, actually sponsored or content provided by, once again, a friend of mine, the Nathan V. He has donated this microphone to this review as an opportunity for him to hear what the review sounds like before we have an opportunity for him to acquire it himself. So we're going ahead and do this today. That way we can give him a great opportunity for him to be able to see exactly what this thing sounds like. And we're probably at some point going to be putting it up against my AT875 to show you a comparison between the little brother, the 875R, and the 8035 itself. Hey guys, before I get too far into this microphone review here on this Audio Technica, I did want to mention that weekly now on this channel, we are doing a podcast with a co-host, the Game Hopper, Dusty, and we're both talking about tech news, streamer ideas, microphone content, audio quality stuff, and just overall culture that's going on in the tech and streaming industries. If you guys are interested in content like that, be sure to check out the additional videos of the channel. Up here in a card right over here right now, we will be putting a link to the playlist where we host all of those. I do that live Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please feel free to check that out at your best opportunity if you would like to, and I hope you guys enjoy that content as well as these microphone reviews here. First thing, as we're talking today, you will notice that this microphone is not your standard condenser microphone. This is in itself what they call line gradient, boom, shotgun, whatever definition you want to give it. It is definitely a long pencil style microphone or something along that line. But it's a lot shorter than your typical shotgun style microphone. In comparison, right here, I have my AT875, and you can see just the size difference between these two, where the XLR port matches up. It's definitely a lot shorter, obviously, and that's what makes it so unique, being a shotgun-style mic. This works really well for camcorders that can take XLR ports, or things where you just have a tighter space and you can't necessarily get this long shotgun style or this long boom mic kind of hidden out of the way when you're in a tighter space behind you in the back wall or something along that line. Once again, as we get into this review, please remember that I do have no filters applied to this microphone. No processing is done throughout this video. This is just raw format of how this sounds as I'm going to be using it here today. So with that, let's go ahead and get started out by identifying how much this guy costs. So currently today, at the time of review, this microphone was just shy of $170 on Amazon or Reverb or one of those sites. And it's readily available. It's not something that's a big ticket item that a lot of people are picking up today. You know, you'll not usually find this one out of stock anywhere. So it shouldn't be hard. If you're interested in picking it up, it shouldn't be hard to get one in your hands. As already mentioned, the polar pattern for this is line plus gradient. That's actually the definition of the polar pattern, which is what gives you this kind of what most commonly is referred to as shotgun style, right? It is a condenser microphone. It does require phantom power. The frequency response is 90 hertz to 20,000 hertz. And again, right here in this window, you'll see all the additional technical information that I may not cover entirely in here as I'm talking about it. First thing, I kind of just want to go over the overall use of this microphone. I really, really do enjoy the form factor of this guy. Again, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, as I showed just a little bit ago, the AT8035 is it's a great microphone, but it is so big. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. And to put it in a space where you can either have it out of camera, like if you're trying to use it as a pure shotgun style, to have it out of camera, or to have it to where you're trying to just barely, like, otherwise you see this really long tube sitting inside of your shot. And sometimes it's a little obtrusive, it's a little distracting for the viewer or things like that when you're trying to use a microphone of that style. So I really like what Audio-Technica has been able to kind of cram quality-wise into such a smaller line gradient unit. Now, as far as that polar pattern working, we are talking, like I said, line gradient. So as I go around it, this microphone is a little more reminiscent to what I would say, almost like it's omnidirectional, I would say. Personally, I don't really know how else to define it, but as you walk around the microphone and you're trying to do things, as long as you're talking in the direction of it, it's going to pick up that audio and it's going to sound not that much different than if you were talking right in front of it. The biggest thing with these guys is your distance or proximity to the actual microphone itself. And with that, we will lead right into our distance or proximity test. So I'm going to start by moving backwards, then come back forwards once again, give you an audio perspective of what it sounds like as you're moving different depths away from it. Now, once again, I will say this is not a sound-treated room. I do have some mild sound blankets on the walls here, right behind me, but the rest of the room is completely untreated. You don't have any additional things. You can see painted and textured walls, painted and textured ceilings. So you're going to get some reverb and it's going to bounce around, especially with this type of microphone. So beware of that. The more you were to sound treat your room, the further you could get away, still have better quality. Or in my experience with using these, if you happen to have a big open space that the sound doesn't have an opportunity to reverb off of, then you can actually use these with really good experience in an area almost like a gymnasium and be a few feet off of the microphone and not have as much echo, not have as much reverb. I feel like the killer for these type of microphones when you're trying to use them in a shotgun aspect is actually the small space where you have a lot of audio bouncing off of the walls. So here we go. I'm actually going to reposition this just a hair so it's pointed a little further backwards as I'm walking back. So now we are about 2 feet away from the microphone here. You're going to notice some audio drop, of course, which is to be expected as I'm getting further away, but just kind of pay attention to what the sound quality would be like, and then I can turn it up a little later. I'm going to push it back behind my desk. Now I would say I'm about 4 feet away from the microphone here, still just kind of trying to keep it in. We're looking at, what's that, minus, what number is that? Minus 30 dB on average, I would say, for the audio there from this distance here. And then I am, I would say, about 6 feet away from the microphone at this point, and we're still holding that 30 dB, depending on how loud I'm getting. Of course, I've raised my voice just a little bit as I'm talking from this far back in the room, but you should still be able to hear me to some extent. Now we come to the point of you're asking yourself, Chris, why am I actually going to buy this microphone over a different one, right? Like, why would I buy this over a regular condenser? Well, the line gradient aspect. Right now, if I wanted to be doing a podcast, a video conference, or any other type of audio along that line, then I could have an opportunity to kind of shift this microphone up and out of the camera view as far as possible and still have some decent audio quality. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push the microphone back up on top of this back on top of my monitor, just kind of have it positioned right above the monitor, be looking at the camera, and try to give you some audio quality testing there and see how that sounds. I will have to boost the gain a little bit here at this point, and I will list in the post somewhere in the video here how much I've boosted the levels just to try to keep them normalized with my audio standing at this distance from it. As we hit my monitor in the process. So now you can see that the audio is just out of the shot. The microphone is just barely inside camera view here. I would say, it's an arm's length away from me that gives it about maybe 2.5 feet or so, 2.5 feet. And this is what it's going to sound like when you're talking from this distance. So what this does, again, it gives you an opportunity to say, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris. I'm your dad next door. I'm going to give you an intro to a video without actually having to have a camera or, not a camera, a microphone right in front of me. And this gives me the opportunity to kind of be a little more interactive. I don't have to worry about putting my face right into a condenser or anything like that. And I can move around and I can just make sure that I'm projecting towards that line gradient or that shotgun mic there. And this is where you're going to see the most use out of these, or the most effective application for what this type of microphone is going to give you. Again, $160 for something like this, but it has the ability, when tuned properly, configured right, a little bit of audio, acoustic treatment and a preparation. There you go, that's the word I'm looking for. A little bit of acoustic preparation, and you can get some really good quality stuff out of a microphone like this and allow yourself to be able to really enjoy being mobile or interactive in your content environment. So now I did mention that I wanted to do a quick audio test here to show you the difference between the A75R and the 8035 microphone. Again, I'm just holding it here, trying to keep it about the same distance from the edge of the capsules here. Now, your 8035 is about a $270 microphone, so what you're really getting with that is a little bit better quality, a little bit more frequency response, I believe. This one goes a little deeper. And I think they've done a really good job with the way the casing is made on this one, the way everything's set up with it, the accessories that come with it, the mounts and everything. But again, depending on what your setup is, this 875R could do everything this 8035 is going to give you with just as much, with a much smaller form factor. So anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick, this is going to be a just 15-30 second little test here just to show you the difference between these two, so that way you could have a really quick application for it. And for reference, on this little segment here, the mixer down below, the left channel is actually the 875R, and the right channel is the 8035 itself, so that gives you an opportunity just to see the difference there. So with that, I'm going to sign out here for the day, guys. I hope this little quick review on the AT875R was a good opportunity for you just to hear what it sounds like, get an understanding of how you might be able to effectively use something like this in your environment. Again, I did not listen to any of this audio recording while I was performing it. I'm going to listen to it all in post and really see what this thing sounds like and really determine if this is something that I'm going to extend into my arsenal, if I'm going to stick to my 8035, if I'm going to, happen to go anywhere with this content, or, maybe a shotgun doesn't really fit my room or my space that much. Who knows? We'll figure out when we get there, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was something that you found entertaining and also gave you the ability to gain a little knowledge in the process. And other than that, I don't have anything else to say for the day. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoy. Please be sure to check out the additional content on the channel. Like, subscribe if you guys do, and I'll appreciate it very much. My name's Chris. I'm your dad next door. We'll check you guys next time.